An EC 103.1 sports presentation. Eureka College Red Devils men's and women's basketball on EC 103.1. This Red Devils broadcast is made possible by City Blue Technologies in Peoria, an Epson dealer serving Central Illinois with sustainable office printing solutions. By Wendy Puff Pizzeria and Pub in Eureka, and by Cornerstone Family Restaurant in Eureka. Now, let's go live to the City Blue Technologies broadcast booth for coverage of today's game.
We return to Spalding University for today's matchup between the Eureka Red Devils and the Spalding Golden Eagles. Eureka coming into this one 3-9 overall, 2-3 in the conference. Eureka currently sits at 7th place. Spalding 6-6 overall, right at that 500 mark, 4-1 in the SLIAC standings. They are sitting at 4th, tied with Greenville right now. Welcome back to EC 103.1. Matthew Swan on the call. Eureka's last game unfortunately ended in a huge loss for the Red Devils, 68-48 against the Webster Gorlocks. Obviously, Eureka and Webster in that game, a pretty close first half, and that's something just like the women's team we see quite often. Eureka starting off very strong, keeping it close. Micah Brewer for the Red Devils continuing to hit from beyond the arc. He was able to cut down a 4-0 lead and make it 4-3 with a huge three-point shot. Pee Wee Brown, of course, contributing early as well. He continues to make his layups and mid-range jumpers. He kept the score tied at 12 with 6 minutes left in the half. Unfortunately, as the first half came to an end, the Gorlocks found a way to pull through, and they led 33-20 after that first half. And that's something Eureka has been struggling with, just continuing to apply pressure on defense. Their momentum starts off very strong, continues to decline as time goes by. Red Devils' Micah Brewer in the second half as well continued to appear. He made a few layups himself. Dylan Logsdon, Ray-Ban Zamuna all getting involved on the action with jumpers and layups. And of course the man, Marion Bird. He was able to get to the free throw line. Obviously Bird blocked a few times. He didn't have a lot of points going into that second half. He was blocked several times, but as I said, those free throws very beneficial. Sam DeJesus also able to make some three-pointers. It was pretty much a game where almost every single player on the Red Devils was able to get in on the action, but it wasn't enough. As I said, Red Devils did lose that game, unfortunately. Obviously, Ben Carter as well, a very strong guy on defense. We're going to need him to step up here against the Golden Eagles, especially with how aggressive they are offensively. And we know that Carter is that guy who we can rely on defense to use his height advantage, maybe go up for a few blocks. Who knows, but we need defense, and Carter can be one of those guys for the Red Devils. Pee Wee Brown, of course, continuing in that game just to apply pressure offensively, tying the game. He had 8 points on the night, and like I said, just Eureka unable to hold on. Red Devils looking for a huge win here tonight. It's going to be a very difficult matchup for both sides. We know that Eureka can make it very difficult for any opponent, but we will have more coming up for you after a short little break. So you're going to want to stay tuned for first half coverage coming up here on EC 103.1. We'll have starting lineups up for you next.
Eureka College Red Devils basketball is made possible by City Blue Technologies of Peoria, an Epson distributor serving Central Illinois. Did you know that North America consumes around 100 million pounds of toner powder annually? This is the equivalent of more than 2.5 billion plastic bottles, 9.5 billion plastic bags, or 116 billion plastic straws. Epson now has precision core heat-free printing as an alternative to laser printers. Learn about sustainable printing solutions from City Blue Technologies at citybluetechnologies.com.
Eureka College Red Devils basketball is made possible by Wendy Puff Pizzeria and Pub in Eureka. Locally owned by Mike and Bob Mayo, Wendy Puff Pizzeria offers a unique variety of pizzas, appetizers, salads, and desserts. Wendy Puff is open Tuesday through Thursday from 4 to 9 and Fridays and Saturdays from 4 to 10. Wendy Puff Pizzeria and Pub at 112 South Main Street in downtown Eureka. They also offer online ordering at wendypuff.com.
6'2" senior from Peoria, Illinois, number 10, Pee-wee Brown. At forward, a 6'5" junior from Peoria, Illinois, number 14, Marion Bird.
For Eureka, we are going to see Pee Wee Brown, Marion Bird, Jacob Gonzalez, Ray Banzamuna Jr., and of course Sam DeJesus. Very dangerous three-point shooter. We'll see how he can turn out offensively here in this one. Up next, we are going to have the announcement of the Spalding Golden Eagles starting five.
Number 40, Sam DeJesus. The head coach of the Red Devils is Jim Wilby. And now it's time to introduce the starting lineup for your Spalding Golden Eagle. And guard, a 6'2" junior from Louisville, Kentucky, number 0, Caden Bradford. At guard, a 6'1" senior from Louisville, Kentucky, number 1, Jacoby Johnson. At forward, a 6'4" junior from Louisville, Kentucky, number 2, Andre Crawford. At forward, a 6'5" senior from Warner Robins, Georgia, number 10, Anthony Dillard. And at forward, a 6'8" sophomore from Orlando, Florida, number 13, Emmanuel Risley. The head coach for the Golden Eagles.
So the starting five for the Golden Eagles, as you may have just heard, Caden Bradford, Jacoby Johnson, Andrew Crawford, Anthony Dillard, and Emmanuel Rislin. Anthony Dillard, a very dangerous tool for the Golden Eagles, especially this season on offense, specifically just continuing to heat up. And right now we're going to have Bird along with Rislin in the center waiting for the tip-off. 20 minutes on the clock. Here we go. And Eureka wins the tip-off. Gonzalez will make his way up the floor. Eureka trying to score early on. Keep up that momentum. DeJesus, a quick three attempt. No good there. That one very quickly rebounded for the Golden Eagles. Crawford. Now he's going to pass it off to Johnson. Caden Crawford, left hand. That one no good. Rebounded outside. Bradford, three in the corner. That one good. And just like that, Spalding starts this one off with a very quick 3-0 lead on a corner three from Caden Bradford. Marion Bird, right hand, up for the layup. No good there on a miss. Just like that, we're going to see Jacoby Johnson bounce pass in the paint, tipped away. Gonzalez comes up with it. He's going to have to give it to Banzamuna. Pee Wee Brown. Banzamuna with a three. That one spins in and out. No good. It's going to be Johnson up the floor. Now in the hands of Caden Bradford. Outside, he's going to give it to Andrew Crawford. Crawford looking for help. He's going to have to give it to Dillard. Dillard outside. Crawford, corner three. No good. Rebounded by Brown. 18:40 on the clock. Spalding remains on top 3-0. Brown, there's that mid-range jumper. Good. Pee Wee Brown gets the scoring started for the Eureka Red Devils. Still trailing by a single point here. Johnson's going to flip it off to Andrew Crawford. He's going to go up for a jumper. That one falls through. Another one of those off the dribble catch and shoot jumpers right there from Andrew Crawford. Now we're going to see Banzamuna in the paint, and it looks like he's going to lose the basketball. It was tipped out, though, by Rislin, and it's going to stick with the Red Devils. Remember, the Golden Eagles last game defeated Blackburn on the road. So that obviously allowed the Golden Eagles to move to 6-6 overall. As I mentioned earlier, 4-1 in the SLIAC. That allows Blackburn to fall to 1-11 overall. They're still looking for their first win in the SLIAC, and there is a turnover from Caden Bradford. And this one's going to head over to Eureka, so Spalding up 5-2. And with 17:52 left to go on the clock, Eureka has yet an opportunity here to cut down that deficit, potentially tie it up. Sam DeJesus, there's a backdoor cut, and Brown loses it. Looks like that one's going to go out of bounds, and looks like a player from Spalding on the ground hurt. Brown helps him up to his feet. Andrew Crawford took a little bit of a fall there. So Eureka keeps the basketball. Jacob Gonzalez, the inbounder. Looking for Brown, gets it to him. Brown loses it on the dribble. Spalding, fast break opportunity. DeJesus going up against Johnson. Johnson to the rim, puts it up and good. Spalding extending their lead, now up 7-2. Eureka being heavily guarded before even reaching that half-court line. Bird, mid-range jumper off the backboard and nearly getting a lucky bounce, ending up in the hands of Andrew Crawford. And taking it up the floor is Caden Bradford. Crawford now stops his feet. Fighting in the paint, puts it up, no good from Bradford. Gets his own offensive board, and that one ends up off the side of the backboard. It looks like Rislin. Bounce pass Dillard in the paint against DeJesus, puts it up, and that one falls in. 9-2, Spalding on top. Eureka already trailing by a decent amount. There's a pass, Banzamuna thought about the three. Step back jumper, that one no good. DeJesus, that one's out of bounds. Looks like it'll stick with the Red Devils. According to the ref, Golden Eagles last game, just like they're doing right now, setting an assertive tone in the game, trying to just get things started off early. They leveraged against Blackburn a combo of obviously tight defense, but also a very strong offense, and that's what allowed them to build such a substantial lead. Dillard loses the dribble there. Bird comes up with it. Eureka has numbers. Bird going up to the rim, loses it on the way up. Bird, pump fake there from Pee Wee Brown. He gets it in. So Eureka now at 4 points in this game. There's that pump fake from Pee Wee Brown that I just cannot express enough how great of a move that is. Dillard in the corner. Could have had a three, instead passes it off to Jacoby Johnson. Just under 16 minutes left to go. Johnson bounce pass over to Dillard. Dillard, a huge game against Blackburn last game. In the paint against DeJesus, fighting for the basketball. Looks like that is going to be a foul. The ref blew his whistle. Dillard kind of looking, waiting for the call the entire time. Finally does get it. We're going to see Andrew Crawford inbound the basketball. Here's a wide open three. That one no good from Bradford. And Gonzalez comes up with it. 15:35 left to go here in this first half. Spalding 9, Eureka 4. Gonzalez directing traffic. He's going to be guarded by Johnson. Gonzalez over to Banzamuna. Brown in the paint. He's going to be double teamed. DeJesus now to his right. Banzamuna backtracking in the paint outside. Bird spinning, finding room, puts it up and no good. Rebounded by Johnson. Bird nearly falling to his feet after that pass. Dillard in the paint, left hand and good. Just floating in the air on the left hand layup there, making it an 11-4 game. Eureka having trouble just getting past the half court line. Gonna have to move things up here. Bounce pass from DeJesus, gets it past that mark. Blocked there. Gonzalez finally gets his own offensive board, puts it up and good. Jacob Gonzalez continues to make those mid-range jumpers that he's so great at doing. Remember the Golden Eagles last game played such great defense, limiting Blackburn to 23 first half points. Obviously not the way Blackburn wanted that one to go, but Spalding's offensive execution as well ended up resulting in a 43-point putout. Obviously that Spalding command was huge, especially when ending in that 43-23 advantage at halftime. And of course, Spalding, from that point on, just kept their lead the rest of the game. And in the second half, they just continue to apply pressure defense and execute offensively. That's what they're doing here. Golden Eagles able to add 35 points even after that halftime break against Blackburn. And of course, they limited the Beavers to 29 second half points as there another mid-range jumper from Jacob Gonzalez. 13-8, Red Devils only trailing 5 points. 13:55 left to go. Eureka's defense starting to show up a little bit more. We now see Dylan Logsdon in the game, Micah Brewer as well. Gonzalez, DeJesus, and Bird remain on the floor for the Red Devils. Bounce pass there. Dillard against DeJesus, outside, Rislin. There's a three from that top of the key area. It is now 16-8. Pass there, lost. A little bit of a bad pass there from DeJesus that went out of bounds. Bird jumping in the air, was unable to reach it. DeJesus now coming out of the game. Ben Carter makes his way onto the floor. I talked about Anthony Dillard and how huge of a game he played against Blackburn. 20 points in that game. He went 8 for 9 from the field. He doesn't shoot the ball a lot, but when he does, he is very precise. And he did have 4 rebounds to his account as well. Obviously a huge guy in the paint. He is a forward. Emmanuel Rislin as well. There's another pickoff here in the paint, putting that one up, and no good there. And finally a foul is going to get called. Jacoby Johnson. Looks like he is going to be sent to the line for 2. Eureka College Red Devils basketball is made possible by Cornerstone Family Restaurant of Eureka. Locally and family owned for nearly 25 years by Michael and Donna Sweeney. Cornerstone Family Restaurant serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day. They are open Monday through Saturday, 6 a.m. to 8 p.m., and Sundays, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. You can dine in, carry out, or order online. Cornerstone Family Restaurant is located on Center Street on the west edge of Eureka. You can get more information or order online at cornerstone-family-restaurant.com. So Johnson there, able to make both of his free throws. Spalding now up 18-8. Huge 10-point lead here early on. As I was talking about before the free throws, Emmanuel Rislin also a huge part in that game against Blackburn. He had 7 points, 10 rebounds, 5 blocks as well. Blocks aren't usually a huge factor in a game that you see tallied up from at least a single player. Blake Logsdon, top of the key, 5 seconds on the shot clock. Dylan Logsdon finding room. He's going to pass it. Brewer, 1 second, puts up a 3. Bang! Micah Brewer with a 3-pointer, just like last game, making it 18-11. Red Devils still trailing here. Caden Bradford for the Golden Eagles. He also had 17 points last game as well. He went 7 for 11 from the field. He had 2 3-pointers in 3 attempts, and he did have 2 rebounds as well. I always like to throw in the rebounds. They're so important. I talk about them so much, especially on that offensive end. If you can get them, take advantage of that, capitalize. After a turnover, Red Devils once again with the basketball. Spalding 18, Eureka 11. Ben Carter over to Brewer. Brewer looking for some room. Bird now, top of the key. Here's a pass. Carter in the corner with the 3, no good. Bird offensive board. He's going to put it up and in. 18-13. Golden Eagles remain on top. That lead is cut down though. 11:35 left to go here in the first half. Burton over to Rhodes. Rhodes top of the key for Spalding. Burton calling for it, gets it. Dylan Logsdon guarding him. Rislin. Here's an outside pass to Rhodes. He's going to put it up with that right hand. No good. Dillard offensive board. Rislin top of the key. Goes for the 3 and good. 21-13. Golden Eagles on top. Eureka having a little bit of a trouble guarding that 3 ball here. We know how crucial it can be when a team lacks that defense from beyond the arc, and how quickly that those points can get tallied on top of each other. As it seems like Spalding has a really good plan in mind. Dylan Logsden, three, good! Perfect shot attempt there, Dylan Logsden. So Rislin and Logsden trading off threes. Spalding 21, Eureka 16, just under 10.5 left to go here in this first half. Rhodes bounce pass over to Burton. Burton finding some room. He's going to go against Blake Logsden, and the mid-range jumper falls through, extending the Golden Eagles lead. Spalding doing a great job here offensively executing. Bird on the way up loses the basketball. It will go out of bounds, and looks like it will stick with Eureka. Eureka's lost to Webster last game, allowing them to have a losing streak of a single game now. But as we keep talking about, not the season Eureka wanted. 3-9 overall, 2-3 in the SLIAC. Just something's missing, and they're not able to, at least yet, figure out what that is, as a three from Dylan Logsden in the corner falls through. Eureka's three-point shooting is going really well right now in this first half, especially considering how much of a dry spot they've seen from behind the arc as of recently. Dillard in the paint outside. Rhodes dribbling against Logsden, stops his feet. Corner three here. That one falls in. A three-pointer from Xavier Burton. A lot of three-pointers here early on in this game. Blake Logsden now guarded by Rhodes. Carter standing at the top of the key. Dylan Logsden. Here's a three from Carter. No good on that attempt. Rislin with the rebound. Burton now over to Rhodes. Tipped away from Dylan Logsden. Unfortunately, it goes out of bounds. It'll stick with the Golden Eagles here. Clock will stop at 8:58. And that's a great example of Dylan Logsden keeping his head in the game. Obviously not trying to do too much, but at the same time, he's not letting his guard down either. Rhodes bounce pass over to Jones. Rhodes once again. Brewer now guarding Jones. Outside pass. Burton with the three. No good as the shot clock was winding down. Nearly got the offensive board. Here's a pass. That one's going to be immediately picked off by Jones. Not the best idea there from Micah Brewer, trying to pass the ball across the court. Jones happened to be right there. Just bad timing. Top of the key, Rhodes. A really great offensive shift here from the Golden Eagles. Not really rushing into anything either. Taking their time, passing the ball. There's a backdoor cut there. That one goes up and in. Levi Langley with the layup and the foul. He'll have a chance to extend the point total on that play. Levi Langley, a freshman out of Louisville, Kentucky, here in his hometown. Season high of 8 points this season. And his extra point there, no good. Carter picking up the rebound there. Blake Logsden making his way up to the floor. Micah Brewer in trouble here. He's going to have to give it off to Richardson. Blake Logsden over to his brother. Dylan fires in the paint. That one slips away. Richardson able to keep it. Eureka will have to reset. 8 seconds on that shot clock. Brewer between the legs. In trouble. Blake Logsden. Here's a three. Too strong, and that one's going to be rebounded by Langley. Here comes Spalding up the floor. Rhodes, 7.5 left to go. Spalding 28, Eureka 19. As the Golden Eagles really starting to become efficient on offense here and pull away. Here's a mid-range jumper. That one, lucky bounce and in for Xavier Burton. Burton, all of a sudden, getting into a groove here as this first half surpasses that halfway mark. Carter in the paint. Backdoor cut from Blake Logsden. He's in trouble. Ball comes out, and it's picked up by Langley. Just like that, Burton coming up with it. Dylan Logsden guarding Burton. Now Dillard in the paint against Richardson. There's that left hand once again, and that one falls. Anthony Dillard continues to be a source of trouble in the paint. And Spalding just continuing to extend their lead here. 32-19, just under 6.5 minutes left to go. Micah Brewer outside pass. Ben Carter, three, bang! There's that three-pointer that we were looking for. Ben Carter all season long has been wanting a piece of that three-point shot. Finally able to get one there. Langley nearly lost it. Burton. Here's a deep three from Jones. That one no good. Rebounded by Dylan Logsden. And he'll pass it up to his brother, who takes it past that half-court line. And just like that, looks like Coach Wilde is going to call a timeout. So as both teams take a break, we will as well. Stay tuned for more first-half coverage here on EC 103.1.
Eureka College Red Devils basketball is made possible by Cornerstone Family Restaurant of Eureka. Locally and family-owned for nearly 25 years by Michael and Donna Sweeney, Cornerstone Family Restaurant serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day. They are open Monday through Saturday, 6 a.m. to 8 p.m., and Sundays, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Dine in, carry out, or order online. Cornerstone Family Restaurant is located on Center Street on the west edge of Eureka. Get more information or order online at cornerstone-family-restaurant.com.
We are back here in Louisville, Kentucky for more first half coverage between the Eureka Red Devils and the Spalding Golden Eagles. So coming out of that timeout, Spalding 32, Eureka 22. Obviously the Golden Eagles had a much larger lead, but Eureka starting to cut that down after that Ben Carter three. Carter, we talked about in the pregame. We look for him to be huge on the defensive side of things, but that doesn't stop him from shooting a three ball every once in a while. We know that he's definitely capable. Remember last season, Ben Carter was huge on shooting threes. He was great at that. As both teams right now, looks like we're going to get things underway. It's going to be Eureka basketball. Bounce pass to Brown in the paint. Fires it up, no good, but he is going to get fouled on the shot, and he will get sent to the line. Eureka College Red Devils basketball is made possible by City Blue Technologies of Peoria, an Epson distributor serving Central Illinois. Did you know that North America consumes around 100 million pounds of toner powder annually? This is the equivalent of more than 2.5 million plastic bottles, 9.5 billion plastic bags, or 116 billion plastic straws. Epson now has precision core heat-free printing as an alternative to laser printers. You can learn more about sustainable printing solutions from City Blue Technologies at citybluetechnologies.com. So Brown only able to go 1 for 2 from the line. We know he's been struggling just a little bit from that free throw line, and obviously in practice he's been working on that quite a while. We saw him in the pregame working on his free throws just a little bit and mid-range shooting in general. Back to Ben Carter before those free throws. We were talking about Ben Carter and his three-point shooting. Ben Carter obviously just trying to shoot the three ball this season a little bit more. Remember last season he shot the ball from three 18.5%. Obviously a little bit under average, but he definitely came in clutch when his team needed it the most. Last season 35%. This season 18%. So obviously a slight decline in that three-point shooting this season, but last season definitely he was an amazing three-point shooter. Pee Wee Brown coming up the floor. Spalding 32, Eureka 23. In the game now is Provost and Johnson. Banzamuna looking for some room. He's going to try to drive to the rim. Pump fake first time. There's blocked the second time. Trying to get the basketball. Loose ball. Finally Spalding comes up with it. Johnson against Eureka Johnson. That one no good, and it's going to go out of bounds. It'll stick with the Golden Eagles. Well, one of the things that Coach Wilde is so passionate about is the talent level of each of his players, and obviously he's extremely proud of the team that he's put together. At the same time, though, he is always involved in the game, and he's never afraid to speak his honest opinion, which is what makes this Red Devils team So good and efficient. There's a set screen there from Rislin, trying to fight his way to the rim, putting up a mid-range, no good from Andrew Crawford. Eureka comes up with it. Brown making his way past the half-court line. Eureka trailing by 9 points right now. Trying to get something sparking offensively. There's Johnson, left hand, and good. Jalen Johnson gets in on the action as well. Don't usually see that from Johnson. We usually see him as the guy who sits back a little bit, but he's showing that he's not afraid. He's here to play. And Johnson adds 2 points to the board for Eureka. Loose ball there, and it looks like it was kicked. So it is going to stay with the Golden Eagles here.
Anthony Dillard checking back in for Spalding.
Jalen Johnson for the Red Devils. Remember last season he would shoot 32.2% from the field. This season, just a little bit under that 22.2%. Remember, we're only just crossing that halfway point in this season. So obviously still a lot of time left, but Johnson for sure, definitely one of those guys that you want to work with and potentially expect to have a breakout season. Johnson for Eureka is in his senior season, so obviously not too much time left, but with the amount of minutes he's been getting, you have to expect at some point he's going to break through here. Both free throws from Dillard are made right there after getting fouled. 3.5 minutes left to go here in the first half. Spalding 34, Eureka 25. Provost in the corner. He's guarded by Andrew Crawford. Now Johnson top of the key. Here's a pump fake from Brown. He goes for the mid-range. That one a little too strong. No good. Rebounded by Dillard. Johnson coming up the floor. Brown fell down, it looks like. Johnson going to spin in and out here. Crawford now with the basketball. Approaching that 3-minute mark here. Rislin, wide open three. That one no good. Rebounded by Dillard, who just takes it away from Johnson. And it looks like it's going to stick with the Golden Eagles here. So they'll have to inbound it. Clock stopping at 2:55. Andrew Crawford having some trouble inbounding. Finally gets it to one of his teammates. Rislin, mid-range. That one falls in. A lot of lucky bounces here in this one. Obviously, Spalding being at their home court, maybe know a little bit of where exactly to place the ball, and that's where they aim. Eureka now looking for an answer. Johnson, top of the key, back to Provost. He'll be guarded by Andrew Crawford. Eureka, 10 seconds on the shot clock. There's that screen from DeJesus. Provost looking for that cut, spins, fires, and he's going to be blocked there by Rislin. And Brown picks it off. He's going to go to the rim, and he'll be fouled while putting it up. Once again, we're going to see Brown at the free throw line. Eureka College Red Devils basketball is made possible by Wendy Puff Pizzeria and Pub in Eureka, locally owned by Mike and Bob Mayo. Wendy Puff offers a unique variety of pizzas, appetizers, salads, and desserts. Wendy Puff is open Tuesday through Thursday from 4 to 9 and Fridays and Saturdays from 4 to 10. Wendy Puff Pizzeria and Pub at 112 South Main Street in downtown Eureka. They also offer online ordering at wendypuff.com. Brown making his first free throw there. Trying to go 2 for 2, and he does. So Pee Wee Brown makes it once again a 10-point game. Spalding 36, Eureka 27. One of the younger fans next to me, a little boy trying to heckle Pee Wee Brown while he was at the line. Pee Wee Brown kind of pointing up at him after he makes both free throws, but for now Spalding back into it. Dillard in the paint once again against DeJesus. Tries to fire, loses the basketball, and he's going to get fouled. Looks like they will count that as a shot attempt. So Anthony Dillard, once again, another opportunity at the line.
Anthony Dillard at the line for shots.
Anthony Dillard, last game against Blackburn, 4 for 6 in free throws, missing that first one right there. 1:59 left to go, just under 2 minutes. Spalding 36, Eureka 27. And just like that, Dillard once again makes it a 10-point game. So Eureka finding the right answers offensively, but getting into transition on defense, not so much, as Spalding just continuing to find an answer. Whether it's fighting in the paint, drawing through contact, or even getting off that three-point shot. We do see Joel Ewald in the game now for Eureka. Bounce pass to DeJesus. Left hand, he's going to be blocked by Rislin. Back to Ewald. Ewald in some trouble here. He's going to float that up. No good as the shot clock expired. And the shot clock reaching 0, allowing Spalding once again to take over. Just under 1.5 minutes left to go. Spalding 37, Eureka 27. Brown tried to pick that one off. Cannot do so. Bradford double teamed for a minute. Gets it out of his hands, and now he's going to direct traffic. 1:10 left to go. 13 on the shot clock for the Golden Eagles. Crawford, mid-range jumper. That one is good. The precision for the Golden Eagles continuing to appear in the faces of the Red Devils. DeJesus in the paint. Steps outside. Brown spinning around, resetting here. 16 on the shot clock for the Red Devils. 46 seconds left to go in this first half. A half that's moved very quickly, and Spalding has led the way most of this half. Brown goes up for the mid-range. That one falls in. Make it once again another 10-point deficit. Ewald going up against Bradford here. He's going to sidestep, fire with the left hand, and good. What a move there from Caden Bradford, the junior out of Louisville, Kentucky. So Eureka can hold on to it for the rest of the half if they desire. Jalen Johnson, top of the key, looking for that screen from DeJesus. Gets it past the Ewald, top of the key. He's going to go for a three. No good there. DeJesus unable to get the rebound. 2 seconds on the clock. And finally, clock reaches 0 as Rislin unable to make up any shot before the clock expired. But that will end the first half here in this one. Spalding 41, Eureka 29. In what started as a close game, Spalding just finding ways to execute and pull away further and further against the Red Devils. So we will be right back after a 15-minute halftime break. Stay tuned for second half coverage here on EC 103.1.
The Pegasus has been Eureka College's news source since 1889. Reports from the Pegasus can now be heard on EC 1031. I'm Emily Virgil, Pegasus Editor-in-Chief. Catch your 2-minute Pegasus news update weekdays at 8:20, 12:20, and 5:20 right here. We'll discuss events happening all over campus and let you know what the Pegasus staff has planned for its next issue. It's the 2-minute Pegasus news update weekdays at 8:20, 12:20, and 5:20 on EC 1031.
Eureka College Red Devils basketball is made possible by City Blue Technologies of Peoria, an Epson distributor serving Central Illinois. Did you know that North America consumes around 100 million pounds of toner powder annually? This is the equivalent of more than 2.5 billion plastic bottles, 9.5 billion plastic bags, or 116 billion plastic straws. Epson now has precision core heat-free printing as an alternative to laser printers. Learn about sustainable printing solutions from City Blue Technologies at citybluetechnologies.com.
Eureka College Red Devils basketball is made possible by Wendy Puff Pizzeria and Pub in Eureka. Locally owned by Mike and Bob Mayo, Wendy Puff Pizzeria offers a unique variety of pizzas, appetizers, salads, and desserts. Wendy Puff is open Tuesday through Thursday from 4 to 9 and Fridays and Saturdays from 4 to 10. Wendy Puff Pizzeria and Pub at 112 South Main Street in downtown Eureka. They also offer online ordering at wendypuff.com.
Welcome to the Eureka College Basketball Halftime Show. My name is Andrew Schulte, and I'm with Ryan Bredesen, assistant coach for the Eureka College baseball team. How's it going, Ryan?
Good. How are you, Andrew?
I can't complain none. So How excited are you going into the season?
I'm very excited. You know, we brought in a pretty big class this year and a lot of new faces, but I'm pretty excited to see what these guys can put together.
You know, compared to when you used to play here and then last year coaching, what is that excitement level like? Is it higher, lower, or what's your excitement level going into it?
I'd give it a 10. I mean, this is probably the most talent I've seen since I've ever been here in one roster. You know, we did some great things last year, sending a couple guys play pro ball, but I think this year, you know, I think we're taking a step in the right direction.
So that transition was quick for you to become a coach from a player. How was that like in your aspect?
It was very quick. You know, still have some guys that I played with, but you know, just get after it on the coaching side. Still learning a little bit from Coach Suarez, who's done a fantastic job coming in. But if a guy gets out of line, you know, even if I play with him, give him a nice kick in the butt, and we get going.
Did you know that you wanted to be a coach going into college, or is that something that came along as you were in school?
That was something that progressed as I got into college baseball, learning the ins and outs of the coaching side, especially after being hurt my senior year. It's been great trying to learn everything in that aspect, and I've always had a passion for the game ever since I was little, and I wanted nothing more once I stepped foot here than to be a college baseball coach.
Well, obviously, playing and coaching are completely different, but like, what aspects are similar that you've taken to help you be a better coach?
I think still just the connections you make with each and every player. I think it's important to have one-on-one connections with every single guy, and just to have that relationship really builds trust with everybody.
Do you guys have any big plans going forward coming up with the new program? I know that you and Coach Suarez have only been here about a year together. Any big plans coming forward?
We definitely have some plans in the works that aren't finalized yet, but we have some stuff that's pretty exciting that I think the guys are going to be pretty excited about.
In this recruiting process, obviously you brought in a bunch of guys for this upcoming year. Is that going to be again the case next year as well?
We're looking to have a smaller class than we did this year. Last year was kind of a total revamp, so we're trying to keep around the same number of guys we have right now, replace the guys that are going to unfortunately graduate and leave us next season.
So going back to your playing career here, did you know that you wanted to coach at Eureka right away, right after your playing career was done, or were you looking at options, or was the timing just perfect?
I think the timing was just perfect. You know, not getting a senior season and being able to play, it kind of took a lot of the wind out of my sails, but once I got to be on the coaching side, I realized that maybe it was a blessing in disguise that I couldn't play, and that was the year that really gave me the passion for coaching the game.
And how did that all go down? I mean, obviously you got hurt, but like, was there anything else like behind the scenes that we don't know about that you could talk about?
I've been working with our athletic director, Ms. Shaw, for quite some time, just trying to learn the ins and outs of how an athletic department runs and try and figure out whatever I can do to help our program, just because I love Eureka baseball and I want nothing more to see it succeed. So I've always been just kind of in the shadows, just trying to figure out what I can do to help better the program. And it all kind of came to fruition once I got hurt, so it all kind of ended up being all right.
And personally, what was your favorite memory playing baseball here at Eureka College?
I don't think it was necessarily a baseball moment. I think it was some of the times we all got together in the dorms, just hanging out with all the guys in the hotel, you know, doing stuff that, you know, is kind of dumb, but it was always a fun time, and I would like nothing more than to maybe run that back one last time, but unfortunately I can't.
And is there anything in your playing career that you would like to redo? Like, if you could get the chance to do it again, what would that be?
I think my last ever outing against Webster, you know, I didn't realize it at the time, but I'd already torn my shoulder, and I wish I would have said something at the time, maybe could have had a senior season, but it didn't end up going that way, and it led to a pretty bad outing that day. So if I could go back, I wish I could redo that one.
And what was it like getting that news that you weren't going to have your senior season?
A lot of tears at first, and then as soon as that happened, it was time for doctor's visits and just try and make the best out of a bad situation, you know, and that's kind of the way that we like to run our program. When any sort of adversity is thrown your way, what can you do to make the best out of that adversity?
Yeah. So my last question is, if there was any other recruits watching this or listening to this, what would you say to them?
Just come be a part of the Red Devil family. I think that we're building a program that we're pretty proud of right now, and I think we have a really good connection with all of our players. And if you want to be a part of a great program and one that's going in the right direction, we really are built like a family, and I hope they come join us.
Stay tuned for the Eureka College basketball game. Thank you for watching on ECTV.
For over a century, local radio has evolved with the needs of the community. From politics to pop culture, we keep you informed, bringing you the most relevant news on air, online, and on the go. You have trusted us with your news, sports, weather, and entertainment. Trust us to keep moving with you. Text radio to 52886 and tell Congress local broadcasting is here to stay.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. I came out in the 11th grade. Nobody was embracing you. The kids were cruel. It was very difficult to be gay. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma. The hard part was determining that I was going to do it, but I definitely didn't do it alone.
At age 30, with the help of her mentor, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
I have a mentor, Maria. She convinced me to continue my education and to finish what I started to get my diploma. Just never judges. She's a true role model. If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, go get it. You can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Language comprehension can be challenging for those with autism spectrum disorders, but not all are alike. I'm Dr. Lynn Pascarella, president of the American Association of Colleges and Universities. And today on the Academic Minute, Andrei Vyshetsky, lecturer at Boston University, explores the differences.
The prevailing belief is that language comprehension development follows a linear trajectory, with children acquiring grammatical rules one at a time. Over 20 years ago, I investigated the neurobiology of language and predicted the existence of 3 distinct language comprehension mechanisms. We analyzed language comprehension abilities of over 31,000 autistic individuals. The analysis identified 3 levels of language comprehension corresponding to the 3 language mechanisms. Individuals at the first level acquired only the most basic command mechanism, limiting their comprehension to simple commands. Those at the second level acquired the modifier mechanism, which enables them to understand modifiers such as colors, size, and number. The third group, encompassing all typically developing individuals, acquired the syntactic language comprehension mechanism, allowing them to grasp spatial prepositions, flexible syntax, and stories. The implications of this discovery are important for fields such as philosophy, paleoanthropology, linguistics, and clinical medicine. In the context of paleoanthropology, these 3 language mechanisms were likely acquired in a sequential manner throughout human evolution. The human lineage diverged from that of chimpanzees around 6 million years ago, possibly acquiring the most basic command mechanism soon after. The modifier mechanism began to develop gradually around 3 million years ago, as suggested by first stone tool manufacturing. Lastly, archaeological findings indicate that the syntactic mechanism emerged 70,000 years ago, sparking what is often referred to as the cognitive revolution.
That was Andrei Vyshetsky of Boston University. You can find this, other sets, and more information about the professors at academicminute.org.
Production support for the Academic Minute comes from AAC and U, advancing liberal learning and research for the public good.
Eureka College Red Devils basketball is made possible by Cornerstone Family Restaurant of Eureka. Locally and family owned for nearly 25 years by Michael and Donna Sweeney, Cornerstone Family Restaurant serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day. They are open Monday through Saturday, 6 a.m. to 8 p.m., and Sundays, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Dine in, carry out, or order online. Cornerstone Family Restaurant is located on Center Street on the west edge of Eureka. Get more information or order online at cornerstone-family-restaurant.com.
I'm Scarlett Johansson. My family relied on public assistance to help provide meals for us. These meals fueled my involvement in theater and the arts as a child, which fostered my love for acting. The Feeding America network of food banks helps millions of people put food on the table. You can join the movement to end hunger by donating, volunteering, and advocating. Because when people are fed, futures are nourished. Join the movement to end hunger at feedingamerica.org/actnow.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
We return here to Spalding University for second half coverage between the Eureka Red Devils and the Spalding Golden Eagles. Well, I must say, it has been pretty one-sided the entire game. The Golden Eagles have had the lead for 19 minutes, actually over 19 minutes. And Eureka just trying to fight back throughout that entire first half. The Golden Eagles shooting 47.1% from the field, and Eureka only shooting 37.9% from the field. So obviously not as great as they want it to be. Obviously not to Spalding's, I guess, expectations, if you will. But we do still have some key players. Pee Wee Brown, of course, leading the team, 9 points. As always, Brown able to get in the paint, get inside of that three-point arc as well, and just find some space between him and his defender, which he's so great at doing. Dylan Logsdon, 2 for 2 from behind the arc. So he's been great from three. That's always a big thing as well. But right now, Eureka doesn't need any three-pointers. They just need to get in the paint, draw contact, the usual. For Spalding, who else but Anthony Dillard, the man that we talked about in the pregame. 9 total points in this game already. He leads the Golden Eagles. And yeah, it looks like both teams are about ready to get things going pretty shortly. Eureka's biggest scoring run, 6 points. And that was in the first half. That was with about 4 minutes left to play. So obviously that isn't going to be good enough to win a game, but Eureka not down by a whole ton. Spalding 41, Eureka 29. And there will be 20 minutes on that clock as soon as both teams make their way out onto the floor. A lot of time left here in the second half. Eureka obviously trying to come back here. On the floor for the Red Devils, it'll be Gonzalez, Banzamuna, Brown, Bird, and DeJesus. Golden Eagles finally making their way onto the floor as it looks like we get ready to pick things up. 20 minutes on the clock. Both teams ready to go back at it. Spalding will start with the basketball. And just like that, basketball in the hands of Johnson, guarded by Brown. Now over to Bradford. Dillard standing near that three-point line. And a pass goes out of bounds. That'll be I think that was actually tipped by one of the Red Devils players. It looks like it's going to stay with the Golden Eagles here as Andrew Crawford will get ready to inbound it. Play resumes, and just like that, the ref's whistle was blown, and this one's going to head over to Eureka. San DeJesus will inbound it over to Jacob Gonzalez. Gonzalez in this game, 4 points already to his account. He's going to hand it off to DeJesus. DeJesus standing right wing. There's a backdoor cut from Banzamuna. Puts it up. No good. It rolls out. Gonzalez offensive board. Bird standing at the top of the key. Had the chance to shoot. Brown telling him to shoot the ball. Banzamuna fighting in the paint. Right hand. No good, but he will draw the contact. And he'll be sent to the line for 2.
Foul squad on number 2, Crawford. For Spalding is first. He's first.
Banzamuna, the senior out of Lisle, Illinois. Remember, he appeared in 16 games in his 4th season as a Red Devil. He averaged 1.9 points a game, 1.3 rebounds per game, and half an assist per game. College debut was made on November 8th at Aurora. And right there, able to go 1 for 2 from the line. Spalding 41, Eureka 30. Crawford taking it up the floor for the Golden Eagles. Nearly picked off there by Gonzalez. Fighting in the paint. Left hand, that one in and out. DeJesus with the rebound. Gonzalez will take it up the floor. Outside of that three-point line, DeJesus now. Back to Gonzalez. Gonzalez in the paint, stops his feet. Nearly a travel, saved himself a little bit. And he ends up on the ground as the ref blows his whistle. Clock stopping at 18:56. Looks like that is going to be a shooting foul. Jacob Gonzalez at the line. As I was talking about, Gonzalez 4 points in this game already. In the first half, he went 2 for 3 from the field. And just like I predicted, Eureka trying to draw the contact here, stop the clock, and make their way back into this game. Gonzalez making his very first attempt at the line. As one of the younger fans for Spalding next to me, still heckling, Gonzalez goes 2 for 2 and make that 32 points for the Red Devils. Johnson now will pass it back to Crawford. Crawford taking his time. He's going to give it over to Bradford, who's in trouble. Nearly picked off there. Wide open layup attempt for Rislin. And that one falls in. A lack of awareness from Eureka on that drive. Gonzalez coming up the floor, directing traffic. Brown in a little bit of trouble. Banzamuna now looking for that Gonzalez cut. Doesn't get it. Brown now. There's Gonzalez in the paint to his right. Backtracking a little bit. Bird now with the basketball. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Bird rushing to Jesus in the corner. Puts up a three. No good. And it'll be Crawford with the rebound. Bounce pass there to Rislin. Right wing area. He's going to have to give it to somebody as he's in trouble. Gives it over to Johnson, who stands on that Spalding University logo, center court. Back to Bradford. Looking for room. Bounce pass. Johnson now. Johnson's going to give it to Dillard in the paint. Fighting against DeJesus. Puts it up. No good. Brown comes up with it. Brown will take it past that half-court line. 7:40 in this half left to go. Brown sidestep. Puts it up. No good. Rislin rebound, but ref says this one's going to go back into the hands of the Golden Eagles. Looks like a foul there against Eureka. Clock at 17:35 now. It'll be Crawford to inbounds. So Johnson now, guarded by Gonzalez. Before this game, Spalding, 874 total points on the season. Obviously, they know how to be efficient on offense. The three from Rislin, no good there. Gonzalez comes up with the rebound. Dillard wanted Gonzalez, instead goes back to his original defender in the paint. Banzamuna fighting. Three guys on him, no good. As he went up for the layup, and it's going to be Bradford coming up with it. There's a bounce pass over to Rislin, who puts it up with his left hand. That one falls in. 45-32, Spalding on top with 16:45 left to go in this one. Gonzalez over to DeJesus. Brown now standing at the top of the key. Over to Bantamuna. There's a screen from Bird, perfectly executed. There's that pick and roll, and Bird knocks it out of bounds. Struggling to make the catch. And now the ref is saying that looks like Johnson maybe tipped it out, so it will stick with Eureka. Johnson got right in the face of the ref, but I don't think it was intentional. I think he was just close to begin with. Bird standing with the basketball, double team to Jesus outside. Wanted the three, can't get it. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Banzamuna, deep three, no good. This one's going to be rebounded there by Bradford. 3-point shooting was really good for Eureka in the first half. We saw Micah Brewer, along with who I talked about coming into this one, Dylan Logston. He went 2 for 2 from behind the arc. Obviously, 3-point shooting not so strong right now. DeJesus still trying to find that spark of momentum. Obviously, Brent Carter as well picked up a 3. There's a pass to Dillard, who looks like he got fouled, but no whistle blown. Remember, Brown on him. In the paint now. There's a shot. That one's no good. Loose ball. This one's going to be taken over by Dillard in the paint against Brown. Puts it up, and he is going to get fouled. Shot was no good, but he'll be sent to the line, trying to extend the Golden Eagles lead. Currently 45-32. Clock will stop at 15:31.
Anthony Dillard at the line for Spalding. Shooting 2.
So Anthony Dillard this season, he has a season high of 26 points against Defiance. That was a game in which Spalding won. 69-61 was the final. That was all the way back in November, their very first game. Dillard unable to make his first attempt. He also has a .626 field goal, or he had a .626 field goal percentage last season. We talked about how crucial he is playing in the paint, being able to use his body weight and height advantage over his defender. And he's been doing that since his time here. Even in this game, Brewer now back in the game, along with Dylan Logsdon. Brewer, floater, finds it, and it goes in. Maybe got a little bit of a lucky bounce there, but it doesn't matter. Goes on the scoreboard either way. Here, Eureka's defense starting to heat up just a little bit. Dillard in the corner had an open 3, doesn't go for it, and there's going to be a foul call against Andrew Crawford, who kind of stopped his feet a little bit. Maybe got saved from a travel call, but Crawford is going to make his way to the line after that foul. 15 minutes left in this second half. Unable to make his first attempt here. And Red Devils hoping he goes 0 for 2. Obviously have to pick up a rebound here if he does so. And he goes 0 for 2. Carter with the rebound. Once again, it'll be Gonzalez taking it up the floor. Play calling. Carter to Brewer. Brewer with the 3. No good, but he is going to get fouled. So he'll have 3 attempts at the line. Micah Brewer in the first half, 3 points. He was 1 for 1 from behind the arc. He had a defensive rebound. Not usually something you see. Micah Brewer, usually a guy who sits back, doesn't necessarily play in the paint as much. Micah Brewer currently 0 for 2, puts it up, and he goes 0 for 3, so the Golden Eagles catch a little bit of a lucky break here. And just like that, Johnson's going to take it up the floor. 14:40 left to go here in this one, as the young fan behind me continues to just heckle the Red Devils. But kicks ball, that goes out of bounds there from Dylan Logsdon. Clock once again stopping. So after a very quick first half, the second half already with a lot of clock stoppages. 14:36 left to go. Spalding 46, Eureka 34, as the Golden Eagles continue to just pile on here. Dillard in the paint, and Brewer is going to get tagged for a foul. He got his hand caught in there, and refs saw it very clearly. Once again, Spalding will have to inbound it. This one in the hands of Bradford. He's going to hand it off over to Jones. Dillard back in the paint. Under the rim, right hand, good. Great job there by Anthony Dillard. Dillard just continuing to be a problem in that paint area. Remember, in the first half, Spalding had 16 points in the paint. A lot of that having to do with Anthony Dillard. Like I said, his height and size advantage, just really able to dominate.
His second, team's fourth.
Logsdon gets a mid-range jumper. That one no good. Here's a fast break opportunity for Rislin and the Golden Eagles, and he dunks it. Dylan Logsdon tried to track him down, couldn't do so, but 50 points now for the Golden Eagles. Nearly taken away from Rislin there. Carter able to keep it, passes it off to Brewer. Gonzalez now. Golden Eagles really pressing. He's going to have to go off of 1 foot to put it up. No good. Maybe not the best shot selection. He still had 9 seconds on the shot clock. And Gonzalez able to pick it back up. Brewer, wide open three, instead goes to a bounce pass for Bird, who looks like he's going to get called for an offensive foul. Once again, Micah Brewer passing up a wide open three. Maybe just not the best. Maybe not the best shot selection here from the Red Devils right now. So once again, it's going to go back to Spalding. Looks like Blake Logsdon will come back into the game as Jacob Gonzalez is going to have a few minutes to rest. 13-13 on the clock. So it's going to be Crawford to inbound it. He'll slowly take it up the floor, using a lot of that time on the shot clock. Now Spalding starting to hurry things up here. Dillard is going to pass it to Jones outside, top of the key. Bradford in the paint now. Langley back outside. Bradford spinning around, putting it up and good with the right hand. One thing the Golden Eagles have definitely showed more of in this half is their ability to finish with either the left or right hand, and very precise with it as well, very accurate. Carter, Logsdon now. He's going to find a hole. Spinning bounce pass, Bird, open shot, right hand and good. 52-36. 12:22 left on this one. Dylan Logsdon now. Going to play great defense against Jones, who gets it out all the way to Bradford on the other side of the court. Jones back, top of the key. Dillard puts it up, no good, but he is going to get fouled, as it looks like head coach Kevin Gray for the Golden Eagles kind of directing his team, telling him what to do. Gray in his 26th season with the Golden Eagles, he is a 3-time SLIAC Coach of the Year. He actually earned his 300th win during the 2018-2019 season. And before Spalding, he was the assistant coach at the University of Tennessee, along with the University of Alabama and Baylor University. At Tennessee, he led the team to 2 different NCAA appearances, whereas at Alabama, he guided the team to 7 NCAA tournaments, 4 Sweet 16s, and 2 Elite 8s. Last but not least, at Baylor, he spent 6 years before returning home to Louisville. So quite a while between those 3 different teams. A little bit of a great, I guess, stat line, if you will, for head coach Kevin Gray. But back into play here. Brewer goes up, doesn't get it, as it looks like 3 Golden Eagles all at the same time jumped up just when he did, and Brewer unable to find that right mix of timing and accuracy, as Dillard able to put that one up, knock it down. Spalding 56, Eureka 36. This is their largest lead of the night. Brewer having to get it off to Blake Logsdon. Now Carter wants to use his size. Looks like he's going to give it to Richardson. Richardson in the paint, loses the ball, and he's going to fall down. No foul call. Jones, that one looks like an offensive foul, and I guess it's not. Looked like an offensive foul instead. We're going to see Cameron Jones head to the line for 2. Jones, a junior out of Louisville, Kentucky. He has 11 points in his last 5 games, and last season he shot with a .495 field goal percentage. So trying to make it a 22-point lead. Knocks down his first attempt. 11 minutes, 12 seconds left to go in this half. Spalding 57, Eureka 36. On to his second attempt, and he only goes 1 for 2 as Richardson picks up the rebound there. Eureka with just over 11 minutes left to play, trying to find a spark offensively and get things going, similar to their 6-point run in the first quarter. There's a pump fake from Logsdon, left hand a little bit too strong. Richardson, offensive board, puts it back up, no good, and that one is going to get tipped out of bounds, it looks like. This one is going to stick with Eureka. So Micah Brewer will come out of the game. And looks like coming into the game, Pee Wee Brown back in, but all of a sudden looks like Coach Wilde is going to call a timeout. We will keep things here though. So 10:49 left to go in this one. Spalding 57, Eureka 36. We actually will take a break here. So stay tuned for more second half coverage here on EC 103.1.
Eureka College Red Devils basketball is made possible by City Blue Technologies of Peoria, an Epson distributor serving central Illinois. Did you know that North America consumes around 100 million pounds of toner powder annually? This is the equivalent of more than 2.5 billion plastic bottles, 9.5 billion plastic bags, or 116 billion plastic straws. Epson now has precision core heat-free printing as an alternative to laser printers. Learn about sustainable printing solutions from City Blue Technologies at citybluetechnologies.com.
We return here on EC 103.1. Matthew Swan on the call. Spalding leads at 57, Eureka 36. This is the largest lead that the Golden Eagles have had all game. There's a backdoor cut from Brown, and he's going to get blocked. But it'll stick with Eureka, and the kid to my right just continuing to heckle Pee Wee Brown. Finally, Brown once again with the basketball, and that one is going to get tipped out of bounds on the pass attempt. So Red Devils moving the ball very slowly here. 10:38 left on the clock. Red Devils will have 10 seconds on the shot clock. Blake Logsdon standing at the top of the key. Ignored the Max Richardson screen. Dylan Logsdon between the legs, fighting through contact. There's a right hand, and it looks like he is going to get fouled. Shot attempt was no good. But Logsdon now will have an opportunity to shoot for two at the line. Dylan Logsdon, a junior here at Eureka. Remember, last season, his sophomore year, he played all 25 games, only making one start. He averaged 4.1 points a game. He had 1.2 assists, 2.5 rebounds per game. Ended up making his collegiate debut, and of course scoring his first career points on November 8th against Aurora. He finished that game with 7 points, 1 assist, and later on in the season he scored a career high with 10 points at Fontbonne. That was on February 7th. This season, Logsdon's Logsdon's season high with points is 10. That was against Blackburn just recently. So once again, we have another clock stoppage. 10:25. Spalding remains at 57, Eureka 38. And Blake Logsdon will come up with the basketball. There's the Ben Carter screen that he was looking for. Logsdon flip to Carter. Carter with a three. Bang! There's that Ben Carter three that we were looking for, his second three-pointer of the game. Just like that, the Golden Eagles quickly trying to come up with an answer, moving the ball down the court, trying to move the ball up the court as quickly as possible. That one's taken away by Brown. Now a loose ball, fighting for it. Brown comes up with it. Logsdon, Dylan Logsdon, left wing, over to Carter, top of the key. He's going to reset. Blake Logsdon over to Richardson. He's going to give it to Brown in the paint, fighting against Jones, spinning, and that one good. Great job by Pee Wee Brown, stopping his feet, spinning, putting it up, and still being accurate. Looks like Coach Wilde will take another timeout. We're going to stay here for this one. 9:38 left to go. Spalding 57, Eureka 43. So we're going to have more coming up for you after this short little break. Stay tuned for more second half coverage here on EC 103.1.
Eureka College Red Devils basketball is made possible by Cornerstone Family Restaurant of Eureka. Locally and family owned for nearly 25 years by Michael and Donna Sweeney, Cornerstone Family Restaurant serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day. They are open Monday through Saturday, 6 a.m. to 8 p.m., and Sundays, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Dine in, carry out, or order online. Cornerstone Family Restaurant is located on Center Street on the west edge of Eureka. Get more information or order online at cornerstone-family-restaurant.com.
We return here to Spalding University. The Red Devils still trailing, score 57-43. Welcome back to EC 103.1. Matthew Swan on the call. So when we return, it is going to be Spalding basketball as Eureka made it fairly close in the early stages of the first half, and from that point on, the Golden Eagles led for the next 19 minutes. And it's been that way ever since. As very quickly, Bradford going up, doesn't get it. He is going to get fouled, though. Brown kind of questioning the call, arguing that he touched all basketball, but the ref claiming otherwise. So once again, we're going to see Caden Bradford at the line, 32 points in his last 5 games. He is a junior this year, but in his freshman season, he had 194 total points, 87 rebounds, making his first attempt there. He also had 29 assists, 18 steals, and 3 blocks. So as a freshman, a lot of the younger guys on a team typically afraid to be aggressive, go up to meet the bigger guys at the rim. But Caden Bradford, obviously not one of those typical guys. He likes to be aggressive, go up there, meet him at the rim, and of course block. Making both free throws there. Blake Logsdon now over to Carter. Now Dylan Logsdon. Now Brown. So a different change of offensive shift. And the 3 from Carter, no good. Johnson moving the pace. He's going to put it up and get fouled. So it looks like the Golden Eagles starting to rush just a little bit more to the rim and draw the contact, not really needing to, up by quite a lot, but the clock will stop at 9:07. And the Golden Eagles trying to extend their lead. Johnson's first attempt, that one will fall. Johnson, a senior out of Louisville, Kentucky. A lot of the Golden Eagles players are actually from Louisville. Remember, he only appeared in 4 games during the 2021-22 season, making both attempts there. 61-43, Golden Eagles on top. Just over 9 minutes left to go. Provost in some trouble. That basketball is tipped away, taken up. Now running to the rim. Bradford, he'll put it up. That one goes through.
Basket by Bradford.
Once again, the Golden Eagles find a way to have a 20-point lead. Pee-wee Brown passed over to Provost, who gives it back to Brown. Blake Logsdon now to Carter. Carter in that same spot he shot the 3 earlier. Bounce pass to Brown in the paint, fighting. He's finally going to put it up. That one goes in. Great job by Pee-wee Brown. Not backing down on that attempt there. Spalding able to take their time here. Looks like Johnson's going to give it off to Crawford. Crawford finding an open lane outside. Here's a 3. That one no good. And just like that, Crawford offensive board. So Spalding will reset here, just under 8 minutes left to go. Outside, back to Johnson. Nearly tipped away there from Blake Logsdon. Finally it is, but Crawford recovers. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Bounce pass to Dillard. He's going to spin. Fire. No good. Rebounded there. That one by Dillard. Nearly getting pushed out of bounds there. Puts it up. Finally, that one just stays on top of the rim. It doesn't move. And Ben Carter is going to have to tip that one out. So that will not count as a shot. All Dillard could do there was kind of put it up, and it just bounced and never came down. Kind of sitting on that back part of the rim there. So no points to Anthony Dillard. But for now, we're going to return to play as Johnson over to Brown. Brown handoff. Loft. Brown wanted a three. Finally, he goes for the three. No good. It's going to end up in the hands of Johnson. Again, Spalding can take their time on these drives here. Johnson outside, and looks like Bradford's going to reset here. Dillard now outside of that three-point line. He's been in the paint all game. Finally, he's going to have some action at the top of the key with the basketball. He's going to hand it off over to Johnson. Johnson lightly guarded, trying to find some room. Bounce pass there, putting it up. That one goes in, and a foul. Jalen Lavelle getting his first points of the game and the foul. Having an opportunity to make it a 21-point lead. Jalen Lavelle, 6 points in 23 minutes against Asbury this season. That was a game that Spalding won 55-51, nearly a turnover there. Provost attacking the rim. He's going to have to stop his feet. Bounce pass kicked there by Johnson, and once again, the clock will stop. So Eureka will reset with the shot clock, and play will resume in just a minute. It'll be Jalen Johnson to inbound it. 6:33 left to go. Spalding 65, Eureka 45. Multiple times, Spalding able to gain back a 20-point lead. There's an open pass there to an open Pee Wee Brown for the nice, easy layup. And that 20-point lead now cuts down to 18 as we approach the 6:15 minute mark on the game clock. Johnson in trouble. He's going to have to give it over to Crawford. Crawford to Bradford to Grislin. Looking for the three is Bradford. He thought about it. Ignores the screen. Instead goes to the rim. Puts it up. No good. Gets his own offensive board. Blocked, and then a late whistle. And you can see the frustration on Pee Wee Brown's face. Looks like Marion Bird getting ready to sub into the game. For the Red Devils, Coach Wilde not happy about something. Bird finally does sub into the game.
Subbing in for the Red Devils, number 14, Marion.
Max Richardson will come out. He'll have some time to rest as that first free throw attempt by Bradford is no good. 5:55 left to go. Second attempt, that one falls through. 66-48. Eureka back into play. Loft. He's going to give it to Brown. Top of the key. Ignores the Johnson cut. Provost gets a Bird screen. Instead, he goes for a three. Splash. That one goes right in. 51 points now for the Red Devils. And looks like there's going to be a technical foul. Looks like that one's going to go against Pee Wee Brown. Ref's talking it over. Not really sure what that was about. Maybe Brown might have said something. But he definitely didn't do anything.
Number 10, Pee Wee Brown for the Red Devils.
Chip Wilde, head coach for the Red Devils, is talking it over along with Pee Wee Brown, and it's going to be Bradford to shoot for the free throws, making the first one. Missing that second attempt there. 67-51. Spalding still on top. 5:31 left to go in this game. Golden Eagles will keep the basketball because of the technical foul. Coach Wilde still not happy. Still kind of chirping to the ref a little bit. Have to keep an eye on that. Bradford now with the basketball. Eureka's momentum really slowing down here. Not much working for him right now. Bradford thinking about a three, gives it to Dillard in the paint, fighting against Bird, stopping his feet, spinning, putting it up, and good. Anthony Dillard continues to be a monster in that paint. Just adding on to the point total in the paint for the Golden Eagles as Loft now top of the key. Eureka just trying to find some type of offensive answer. I know something the Red Devils don't do a lot is a pick and roll move, which I absolutely think is a great move. This Eureka team is so good at making those clean backdoor cuts, but right now it just doesn't seem to be working, at least against a team like the Golden Eagles. There's a left hand from Bradford. That one falls in. 72-50. Now a 22-point lead for Spalding. Johnson heavily guarded there by other Johnson. Loft with a three. Bang! That one good. And a timeout will be taken here. We're going to take a break as well. Spalding on top 73, Eureka 53. Stay tuned for more second half coverage. Coming up, crunch time here on EC 103.1.
Eureka College Red Devils basketball is made possible by Wendy Puff Pizzeria and Pub in Eureka. Locally owned by Mike and Bob Mayo, Wendy Puff Pizzeria offers a unique variety of pizzas, appetizers, salads, and desserts. Wendy Puff is open Tuesday through Thursday from 4 to 9 and Fridays and Saturdays from 4 to 10. Wendy Puff Pizzeria and Pub at 112 South Main Street in downtown Eureka. They also offer online ordering at wendypuff.com.
We are back here at Spalding University. The Red Devils continue to trail, score 72-53. Eureka just not finding an answer offensively, unable to execute from the very first half. And Spalding grabbed the lead and has carried it with them the entire way. Right now we're going to continue play. Just over 4 minutes left to go. Spalding can really just take their time here. All they're going to do is hold on to the ball. And of course, as that shot clock expires, make their effort to go to the rim. Crawford, bounce pass over to Dillard, all the way across the court, fighting in the paint. Bradford, he's going to put it up. That one no good. Gets his own offensive board outside. Crawford goes up for it. That one is good. Andrew Crawford able to use his height advantage, standing at 6'4". So Spalding, a lot of tall players here. And it looks like there's going to be a foul against Jackson Provost. He will be sent to the line. Clock 3:31. He's trying to cut down that lead just a little bit. Maybe make it look a little better the next day. Checking the scorebook. Makes his first attempt. Jackson Provost, a season high of 5 points in 2 different games. 1 against Beloit and 2 against Blackburn College. That game was recent. He also has a season high of 15 minutes. That game was also against Blackburn, in which Eureka ended up winning 79-67. Huge conference win. That was about 6 days ago. Provost able to make both of his free throws there. 55 points for Eureka. Very quickly, Golden Eagles getting right back into it. Here's an open three from Johnson. That one, lucky bounce, falls in. 77-55. Golden Eagles remain on top. Just under 3 minutes left to go. There's a three. That one, Jonah Loft getting in on the action himself. 2:45 left to go. Eureka trying to cut that point deficit down. Clock running out of time. Risland going to give it over to Bradford. Puts it up, no good. Dillard fighting for that offensive board. Ends up in the hands of Johnson. who's just going to reset standing on that Spalding University logo. Rislin now, guarded by Bird. Dillard against... Dillard going against Logston there. He is going to get called for an offensive foul. It always makes me laugh. Dylan Logston is just so good at drawing those offensive fouls, making the same move every single time. Obviously, Spalding not happy about it. Coach is not too excited, but when you're up by a lot, it shouldn't really mean that much. Jonah Loft wanted the three, gets his defender in the air. Bird, Johnson, Provost. Great job by Spalding to get back in the defensive position. Bird goes up for it, no good. Very quickly, Crawford, fast break opportunity for the Eagles, firing outside. And looks like that's going to be a foul against Spalding. Or was it against Eureka?
That was on number 11, Johnson, for the Red Devils.
Yeah, it looks like that one was against Jalen Johnson. So we're going to see Andrew Crawford at the line. Started in 23 games, playing a total of 522 minutes over 25 games during his freshman season. 34 points for Crawford in his last 5 games. And he's at the line making his first attempt there with a minute 59 left to go in this game. Spalding 77, Eureka 58. And a lot of substitutions for the Golden Eagles. We're going to see Langley once again. We will also see Marlon Byron. Cameron Jones steps into the game as well. So his second attempt is good. And another substitution, Xavier Burton coming into the game for the Golden Eagles as well. So with a lot of substitutions in, it means that head coach of the Golden Eagles, Kevin Gray, just trying to get some new players on the floor, get them used to what the experience is like. Although Burton has been in the game prior to his time on the floor right now. Provost outside. 3 in the corner from Loft, gets a lucky bounce. Make that 6 points to his night. Spalding 79, Eureka 61, and with about a minute and a half left to go, the Golden Eagles look to close it out here. Langley's pass gets deflected out of bounds by Jonah Loft, and the clock will stop. It'll stick with the Golden Eagles here. Langley now standing at the top of the key. Bounce pass over to Byron. Byron's going to reset. 13 seconds on the shot clock. Jones now finding some room. He's going to stop his feet. Bounce pass to Burton. Burton goes for the mid-range. That one, no good. Bird able to pick up the rebound. Johnson pass across the court to Provost. A minute left to go here in this game. Dylan Logston rushing to the rim. Outside Loft with a 3. Too short. And this one ending up in the hands of Dylan Logston. Outside Jalen Johnson with a 3. That one no good. Bird trying to save it. Instead, he's going to get tangled up with one of the Golden Eagles. The ref does blow his whistle for the foul. Clock stops at 46.8 seconds left to go. Spalding 79, Eureka 61.
Bam Burton at the line for Spalding for 2 shots.
Because of that foul, we're going to see Burton at the line now, trying to even further extend the Golden Eagles lead. First attempt good. Burton, 8 rebounds in his last 5 games. Not a lot of playing time, but definitely when he is on the floor, he takes advantage of his position. Burton for his second attempt, and he goes 2 for 2 on that drive. And Eureka with 45 seconds left on the game clock, 26 on the shot clock. Provost now with the basketball. There's a set screen from Bird, looking for that pick and roll action. Loses the ball on the way up. Johnson going up, left hand, and good. Once again, it is now a 18-point lead. Spalding 81, Eureka 63. And Spalding can hold on to it for the rest of the game if they desire. It's going to be Jones, top of the key. Byron just holding onto it, dribbling the clock out. And looks like that is how this one is going to end. 2 seconds, and the clock does expire. So that is the final. Spalding 81, Eureka 63. So Eureka will now drop 3-10 overall, 2-4 in the SLIAC standings.
And with the score, 81.
And of course, for the Golden Eagles, they now jump over that 500 mark, 7-6 overall, 5-1 in SLIAC play. They will jump up in the SLIAC standings. And that is how things will end in this one. So Spalding, leading for 19 minutes in the first half, carried that lead throughout the rest of the game. And Eureka, just trying to come back, was unable to do so, but we'll have to see what they have in store for us next game, when our next broadcast of Eureka College basketball is going to be on January 16th, when Eureka visits Lyon College. You can listen to that broadcast right here on EC 103.1, live from the City Blue Technologies broadcast booth. Eureka College basketball is made possible by City Blue Technologies, a leading Epson dealer serving Central Illinois, Windy Puff Pizzeria and Pub in Eureka, and by Cornerstone Family Restaurant, also in Eureka. The executive producer of Eureka College is Dr. John Malone. Tonight's studio operator was also Dr. John Malone. On behalf of my crew, this is Matthew Swan. Thank you for listening.